How's it going, guys? My name's Noah Keppel. We're out here at Gatorback Cycle Park just outside of Gainesville, Florida, and I'm about to give you a rundown on the all-new, brand-new Triumph TF250X dirt bike. This thing has been sweet all day. Took a lot of photos, took a lot of videos, a couple helmet cams, all that stuff. Bike started with about an hour on it, and now we've got about 3.7 hours on it. And I'm going to give you a little bit of a rundown with the bike and give you some feedback on it. Starting up at the front, it's got DID wheels, front and rear, and then Triumph's using their own hubs that they make in-house, and that'll be laced with the Pirelli Scorpion MX32 tires off the showroom floor. The bike has Brembo brakes, front and rear, along with the Brembo hydraulic clutch, with Pro Taper handlebars and ODI grips. In terms of mapping modes, the bike will come with 2 modes stock, and Triumph will also have an app that you can use to download an option of 10 maps, and it will be like you can basically put in map 1 and 5, and then you'll have 1 and 6, 1 and 7, that kind of thing. So you'll always have the fast map, and then you can plug and play your other map option. The engine character on the bike is very sweet. It's a very nice sound. No crazy resonance or ear ringing noises or anything like that. It's very pleasant to ride and to listen to, and strong, very linear power curve all the way through the rev range, signing off at about 13,500 RPM. And like I said, Triumph makes everything on this motorcycle in their own factories. The frames are hand TIG welded, plastics are done in-house, and everything else on this motorcycle, short of the Brembo componentry, the Athena ECU, and then obviously the tires and that kind of thing. The bike comes with fairly sharp foot pegs right out of the box, which is sweet for slick kind of moto tracks, and when it gets wet and everything like that, you don't have to worry about slipping your feet off of the stock pegs or anything like that. They aren't too sharp to where they're gonna tear your boots up too bad or anything like that, but they're sharp enough to where you can keep your feet on the pegs, and you have a good feel of the brake pedal and shifter as well. And in terms of the ergonomics of the bike, it's very sleek. There's been no hang-ups at all throughout the entire day when I was riding for about 2.5 hours or so. Never caught my leg on the front shroud, never caught anything on the back, never caught my leg anywhere up here on the handlebar with anything under the levers or anything like that. It's been really good. The track here has a few jumps on it that have been great. Overshoot capabilities have been great with the KYB suspension front and rear. Gave a few clicks on compression front and rear, and then tried to open up the rebound just a little bit looking for something, and went back the other way, and no complaints about the bike at all. The shifter might have a little bit of an updated rivet link that they're using for the shift tip, but like I said, the pegs never clogged up with mud or anything like that. One thing that I would like to highlight is that Triumph here actually used a very pliable seat and seat cover. I'm not a huge sit-down kind of guy. I do like to stand up. However, when it's the end of the day and you do have to sit down and the track's rough, you got a nice cushion seat here, and it's not as stiff or firm like some of the other bikes that you would be riding. Back in 2019, Triumph started this project in about the end of May, and it's been a long time coming, and they're very excited to release this bike to everyone. And you can tell that they didn't waste any time or cut any corners with any products or anything on this motorcycle. They put out when they felt like they wanted to, and nothing was ever rushed in that sense. They had a few hang-ups with COVID and everything like that, but now that the bike is ready to ride for you guys, they feel the need that it's good to put that out there into the public. And it'll be coming in at an MSRP of $99.95, and Triumph has a cool new feature with their direct-to-consumer parts network that they'll use on websites, where you can go on the Triumph website and you can order your parts through their dealer network and have them shipped directly to your door, so you can click on parts fishes and go from there direct to your house, which is a really cool feature, and should be a great start for Triumph with their all new motorcycle here in their platform, whereas if you do happen to break something, you shouldn't be waiting a long time to get it through your dealer, where they can pull it from whatever dealer has it in the country or anything like that. The bike does have a one start and stop button over here, a single button on the throttle side, and then it'll have your map switch over here with your traction control, your quick shift, and your other mode button here. I did try the quick shifter, and it did seem to work very well from that second to third gear shift, where you'd be pulling hard out of corners and not have to use the clutch as much, which is a great feature. With the elevation here, there's not a huge amount of hills, long uphills or anything like that, and the gearing seemed to work out pretty well. It would be interesting to try maybe one up tooth on the sprocket in the back and get a little bit more snap out of the corners and that kind of thing, and maybe bring that third gear a little bit closer to second. But the bike seems to pull very long down the straightaways, and haven't had any issues or anything like that. Has really good over rev if you're over revving off of jump faces or anything like that. After some more deliberation, I had a few more thoughts on the Triumph TF250X. The suspension on this motorcycle responds very well to small changes, and the chassis also accommodates those changes quite well for different surfaces, whether that be hard packed, loam, mud, sand. I feel like the bike would work very well in all conditions with very minor changes to the suspension. One small issue for a few people is that the Triumph TF250X will have all Torx head bolts on it. Although the hardware is very top quality, this might be a problem for some people. The swing arm, axle nut, and linkage bolts will all be regular hex heads. However, the levers, throttle assembly, and things like that will all be Torx head bolts. Overall, the Triumph TF250X makes a very strong linear power curve, making peak power at 13,500 RPM and signing off at 14,000 RPM. The bike seems to have really good over rev off of jump faces, and there's no issues or anything like that where it's signing off and you get that endo off the jump face or anything like that. And the suspension seems to work very well for the track here today. It was a little bit of ruts and quite a few bumps at the end of the day, which I did ride until about the end of the day. And yeah, just really happy with the overall package, and looking forward to spending a lot more time on the Triumph here. We'll keep you guys updated, and hopefully we'll have more test results coming soon. Thank you.